nothing to say, nothing you can believe in, nothing ever will be quite the same. No one can see what you're feeling inside. No one can tell you what for. Forever lost in a moment in time. For they cannot know. What would he be? Where would he go from there? And when will your pain subside? I hope I never know. I hope I never understand, but never gonna ask you why. No one can see what you're feeling inside. No one can tell you what for. Forever lost in a moment in time. For they can hardly know. For they can hardly know. When you find you're alone and the walls of your faith are beginning to fall, and you're searching for strength, wonder where is the end of it all. Hold on. No one can see what you're feeling inside. No one can tell you what for. Forever lost in a moment in time. For they can hardly know. No one can see what you're feeling inside. No one can tell you what for. Forever lost in a moment in time. For they can hardly know. For they can hardly know. If you'd have told me 5 years ago that I would make it this far down the road, I would have laughed right in your face. Then I'd order me another one from my favorite place. My favorite place. Spell it up at the bar, talking girls and talking sports, sometimes even cars. And I thought that I knew everything, but I didn't know anything. My life just passed by.
Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. As you can see, we're back in the room upstairs, and I believe we have our troubles rectified. Fred seems happy. Wait. As you can see.
Although
I was scrambling around as usual. never a calm day for me. I'm always running to and fro.
I
must prefer it that way. But that's all right. Things are good. I made a decision to what was I doing that? Hilarious thing.
We're gonna do that. Okay, that's gone away, but that's still playing. Okay, I think you can still hear me. 5. Okay, yeah. I was doing some investigating and poking around on the computer with all the issues, and my computer had been hacked, and there was some concern that there was a covert mission, and there were people hiding in my computer, and I now believe that has been that problem has been solved. So I no longer believe that there are people hiding in my computer, and that my signal is no longer being redirected. I have disabled a number of things that would we'll just stop there. But I believe that we are in a safe zone. So if those foreign fellas are watching, that's all I'm going to do. So, but it's no longer producing the wrong time in the wrong place, and I believe we're safe. That's funny. To the best of my knowledge, anyhow. So we're gonna move on from here. Tonight. So then once I got that, I'm like, oh, you know what? I can use this computer to broadcast, which is much more reliable, has much higher processing power, which is much less likely to freeze and or shut down, so on and so on. Then it became transferring lights and a screen and guitars, and all of a sudden it was 7:37 and I still didn't have several things plugged in. It was like that. So let alone I usually try to run through the song a couple of times before we do this, and hadn't even done that. So, and on top of that, this song that I've chosen, when I set it up earlier, and when I chose it earlier, I still thought I was going to be working downstairs, and it's a song that I just learned less than a week ago. And I learned it. It's one of my favorite songs from the late 90s. And the Wallflowers, which was a band featuring Jacob Dylan, which is Bob Dylan's son. And when that, what was that record called? Bringing Down the Horse, maybe? I could look it up, but I'm not gonna. I believe it was Bringing Down the Horse, and 6th Avenue Heartache is, and if there's some way you can contribute money to their fund for allowing me to do this, I would say do that. But I'm pretty sure they're good. When that record came out, the sonic landscape that it created was literally exactly what I was trying to create with the music I was writing. MeL Muzic didn't exist yet. It was still a year away from existing, but I was writing music in the basement of my home in Geneva and had 2 little kids, and was well on my way to sadness. That's pathetic. Anyways, it was not like, it doesn't sound that uncommon right now, like the way it sounded, the sound of the drums, the choice of the acoustic guitar and where it's placed in the mix, and the harmonies, and there's a slide guitar in it that's like the tone of the electric guitar, the placement of the bass in the mix, the actual tuning of the drums, and how they're not overly processed, which, until that point that style wasn't necessarily that common yet, and it was developing. Bands like the Goo Goo Dolls, bands like Wallflowers, bands were making that more common. Mid '90s bands, but those bands weren't as common as you think, and that they hit on a sound and a style that was literally perfect to my ear. And this song in particular, the harmony, the B3, the slide guitar, the acoustic guitar, to me it was perfect. Ironically, I've never learned it, and recently I've been going through songs to learn, to go out and play. Like, I'm trying to, since I'm no longer working as an electrician, I'm trying to begin the process of developing some new contacts and playing some solo acoustic gigs, which, working as a musician, there's no money in that. You're not doing it for money. Even people who draw a lot of people or sell lots of records, you'd be surprised at how little money they make. And you have to work really, really hard and play a lot of gigs to make a couple of $100. And as an electrician, if I just stayed working as an electrician, which made me want to literally jump off of a building, I could make a couple of $100 in 2 hours. And I'd rather not. I'd rather work 12 hours as a musician, loading my gear, working all night, to make a couple $100 doing that. And that's literally the truth. So I'm trying to find new places and trying to pick some new songs and learn some new stuff. And when I hear things on the radio, it's like, oh, I should learn that. So I learned this, and it's quite fun. And then additionally, I'm trying to learn how to do things that are a little more interesting than just a guy and an acoustic guitar. Not that that's not interesting, but let's face it, the American public is not necessarily, they don't have a long attention span. And wait, over here. Okay, thanks. Just joking. That was a joke. Ha 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 ha. All right. Okay. So, trying to keep things interesting and learning to use a looper a little bit, and a little bit of backing tracks if you're a solo guy, or whatever. I'm trying to develop some of that stuff. So, I'm going to do a little something with this one, and I'm going to play the counter melody to it. I don't exactly know it, and so, I'll apologize in advance. I was going to work on it a little more, but I got hung up doing some of this stuff, but we're going to try it anyway, so we're all friends here, right? Sorry, my throat is very dry. So, let's see. That's muted. Oh, that's so much better. And reverb, somebody's yelling reverb, I know it. There it is, right? All right. Let's see here.
Let's move this over a little bit so I can stretch my little leg out. So. I did that wrong. Let's try that again. 4, 2, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. Silence ring, shots ring out. Stranger cries, screams out loud. I had my world strapped against my back. I held my hand, never knew how to act. The same black line that was drawn on you was drawn on me. Now it's drawn me in. 6th Avenue Audio. Below my window, homeless man singing songs, new complaint on the steps alone, his guitar in hand. 50 years he stood where it stands. And the same black line that was drawn on you was drawn on me, and now it's drawing me in. 6th Avenue Audio. Now walking on those streets alone, the river winds blew my feet, the subway steam like silhouettes in dreams. They stood by me just like moonbeams. And the same black line that was drawn on you was drawn on me, and now it's drawing me in. 6th Avenue Audio. Look out the window on that street, gone like midnight was that man. I see that old 6-string
laid against that wall. And all his things, they all look so small. Got my fingers crossed on a shooting star. And just like me, you just moved on. The same black line that was drawn on you was drawn on me, and now it's drawing me in. 6th Avenue heartache. The same black line that was drawn on you was drawn on me, and now it's drawing me in. 6th Avenue heartache. Same black line that was drawn on you was drawn on me, and now it's drawing me in. 6th Avenue, 7th Avenue heartache. And the same black line that was drawn on you was drawn on me, and now it's drawing me in. 6th Avenue heartache. The drawback to this microphone is you can hear the but that's all right. Let me shut this off. As I get better at doing that, the two things. Number one, just, full disclosure, at one, like, we all had things that we like during the pandemic. We all had things that we like. I'm gonna learn how to speak Portuguese, right? We all did stuff like that, right? One of the things that I did was before the pandemic, I didn't know how to play a guitar solo at all, never ever. For those of you who don't know, guitar isn't my first instrument, and self-deprecating humor. Some would say that's obvious, but and then those who get mad at me for making that sort of humor, sorry. But sincerely, I couldn't isolate notes, couldn't pick notes individually, could hardly strum, to be completely honest. And that was one of the things that I was determined to at least have the slightest basic working knowledge of soloing. So I've at least gotten that far, and can do a little bit of it. And then, when I do something like that, I can do a little bit of it, but I realize there's places like in a song like that where the phrasing works over one chord, and then I realize,
oh wait, I'm on the wrong chord, but in the middle of that, and I'm trying to sing and push the pedal button and remember which verse I'm in and look at the words and check to see if the levels are right and so on and so on and so on. So and I realized that people like Dave and people who can play guitar solos like that, I'm quite amazed by. It's pretty incredible. But it was one of my goals, and I achieved it. I can do a little bit of it, and I'm getting better all the time. Getting better all the time. So that's this week's song. Announcements. Obviously, MeLMusic.com. I am. I played at Preservation this week in Geneva on Monday with some new faces, and that was really fun. That's a little closer to home. The people in Elmhurst are great, but it's pretty far. And Geneva was a lot closer. A lot closer. As a matter of fact, when I got home, my wife was like, "You're home early." Actually, I left at the same time. It was great. I have a gig at Ellen's in Glen Ellen on Roosevelt Road. What my mother used to call Baker's Hill. I think it's actually still called that. I don't know why she called it that. I don't know why it's called that. Ellen's, I don't have the address in front of me, but there's an announcement on Facebook, and I believe that is November 16th from 6 to 9. And solo acoustic, playing originals and contemporary covers. And I will, I don't know. Will I do requests? Probably not. I might. It depends. Depends on the request, I suppose. If you ask me to stand on my head and spit wooden nickels, I probably won't. But I believe that tomorrow night I will be. I was encouraged by the person who runs the open mic at Potter's in Naperville. Last night at Preservation, the person that runs the open mic at Potter's in Naperville very strongly encouraged me to come down there, and I'm going to try to do that. So that'll be tomorrow. Next Monday, I'm going to go to Preservation again. I think that's it for this week. I don't have Dumb Joke of the Day set up. I was scrambling. Let's see if I saved some stuff to my phone. I don't have it handy. I have some stuff written down from the writing team, but it's not within reach. But I do like if I see like a meme or something that's funny, I'll screenshot it. And let me see if I can see something quickly. What is this one? No, that's not it. That is what would that be? Oh, here's the Owens thing. Let me double check. I was right, November 16th. Yay. I don't know. Did I do this one? Did I ever tell you that I always wanted to be a monk? But I never really got the chance. Huh? I don't know if I did that one already. Come on. Oh, Jesus. That thing really does suck. It's great, but it sucks. All right, so that's the dumb joke of the day. I don't know if I did that one already. If I did, and you know that I did it already, sorry. I sent this to my wife, and you can't see it, but it's a picture of
it's a cartoon picture of 3 dogs and they're playing Wheel of Fortune. And one dog is very excited to say, "I'm going to solve." And it's missing a few letters. And unfortunately, it says on the caption, "Unfortunately for Rusty, the answer was picking your teams," and the missing letters Rusty thought it was something else, but that had to do with licking. And anyways, so that's 2 dumb jokes of the day, but the other one was more of a visual one, but maybe you got it anyways. So thanks very much. That worked a little better. Seems like things are working. 8 views. All right, that's good. As Ray Rayner used to say, bye, bye, bye.